So Austin McBroom had just come off a little high. He won his boxing match of TikTokers versus YouTuber. And it's only befitting that the actual TikToker come out and say, you know what? She was messing with Austin McBroom all along. Y'all check out what she had to say. Comment in the comments down below. Do y'all believe her? Or is this just the more money you get, the more problems you get? Let me know in the comments down below.
I'm in trouble, Austin. Does your wife know that you cheat on her every weekend? Does she know that you message every single girl on Instagram trying to get in their...
So I'm sure by the last video, you know exactly who I'm about to talk about. Anyway, so a couple months ago, I get a DM from him on Instagram, just asking me if he could send me stuff from his clothing brand, and I was like, of course. Like, I knew who he was. Like, I had never talked to a celebrity. Like, I was pretty new to doing like collabs and stuff at the time, so I was like, oh my gosh, he really just messaged me. Like, I was just like stoked. So here was our conversation on Instagram. I mean, it was just typical like collab DM. I did find it a little weird and unnecessary that he needed to text me afterwards. So we text, he asks me if I'm going to be in LA anytime soon, and I'm like, yeah, I can be in LA if it means you personally hand me the package, of course. So I go to LA by myself. So I get to LA, I'm staying in a hotel completely by myself. We're texting a little bit throughout the day, like, you know, kind of like seeing what I'm like, I keep asking what the plans are later and like what exactly we're doing, and he kind of just keeps beating around the bush and not being direct and just kind of vague, which really bothers me. I'm like the type to like want to know what we're doing. And so like we were supposed to meet at like 6, and then it got pushed to 7, then 8, and then I text him at 9 like, okay, what is the deal? Like, I was like, why are we meeting so late, you know? Like, when he said spot in Malibu, I was like, what does that even mean? Spot? Like, restaurant? Like, what? You know? But anyways, he picks me up in the blue Rolls Royce that everyone knows. So I'm like, okay, so it shouldn't be anything fishy. Like, he's not trying to be sneaky about it, whatever. And then where do we pull up? To a house. A house in Malibu. And I was like, oh my God. Like, so we pull up to a house, and I'm like, have I really been this naive to not know that this was what it was the entire time? Anyways, at this point, I'm still kind of oblivious, and I'm just like, okay, you know, maybe we're just talking business. Because in the car, we had just talked about, like, other brand deals he might get me and all these other things, and I'm, you know, I was just excited, you know? So we get inside, he just kind of keeps asking me about me, and, like, just, like, it seemed like he was just, like, trying to get to know me, and I was just, like, doing the same. So I knew it was, like, not completely business when he turned on Netflix and we were just watching Netflix on the couch, like just talking and stuff, and I'm just like, what the and then he like grabs a blanket and just like has a blanket on himself. At this point we're like not close together at all, and he like it tells me like come over and like lay with him, and I'm just like, hey, look, like I'm really trying to do business, that's what I thought this was. So he's like, no, like he kind of gets a little defensive, and he's like, no, like I got you, like we are gonna do business, like this is business. I'm like, okay, like, and it was just civil, like, it wasn't weird after that, like, it was just fine. And blah, 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 he takes me back, and, like, on the way back, by the way, like, some fans of his were, like, recording us from a car and, like, screaming, and I was like, and he was like, don't worry about it, it's okay, and I was just like, oh. So, me being still, like, dumb and naive to the whole situation, we hang out again the next night. Only this time, he asks me to Uber, but yeah, it was definitely the same spot. So like last time, I mean, he's talking about like me, kind of talking about business and like what we're gonna do together, like as far as brand deals. So it ended up being the same scenario. He tries cuddling me again, and I'm like, look, I don't know what type of girl you think I am, but like, then he tries telling me that him and his wife aren't really together, all this other stuff. So he starts telling me like him and his wife aren't really together, it's just for publicity, blah blah blah, and I'm like believing it. I'm just being naive like as can be, just believing everything he's feeding me. And here's where I'm a little ashamed. We did end up doing the thing, okay? Don't judge me, but I did. So long story short, he's like, now I'm gonna be obsessed, blah blah blah, and he actually ended up paying me like $800 for one of the brands that he said he was gonna like hook me up with like ahead of time, which was really weird to me. So after the fact, I just kept hearing stories from other people that this is like what he does with girls and like all these other things, and I was just like disgusted with myself, disgusted with him. So this is him asking me to hang out again. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't. Anyways, he had hit me up multiple times after. I have not hung out with him since. He always asks me to link. I could show you all the screenshots, but like, really, what good does it do? It's really no proof that it's him. I'm not gonna put his number on here, but the real screenshot is this one. So this is after like, you know, various times of me like not responding or just like being short. And this top message says I live in LA now. I can't remember what was before that. But anyway, blah, blah, you can read it. The real kicker is this. It must have been bad for you because he would never talk about the fact that we did it on text. Being smart of him. But yeah, he said that. And then, nope, just bad for my morals because facts. He still hits me up to this day. And here's the real proof that it's really him. Alright, I really shouldn't have to prove myself to anyone. But since everyone thinks I'm capping, I'm going to provide you with a little more. They wanted the Uber receipt. Here's the Uber receipt. There's my hotel. There's the house in Malibu. If you know California, you know that's Malibu. Why did I scribble the name out? I don't know. Honestly, I thought it was illegal. I also could just change anybody in my phone to his name, so. But here's a little proof that he is in my contacts. Here is proof that it's his actual Instagram. Here's our message. There you go. Here's this video again, proving that it's his actual Snapchat, in case you forgot. And in no way am I trying to play some innocent victim role, but there was a lot of manipulation involved to get to where it went to. Because in reality, you shouldn't be DMing girls in the first place about business, when in reality it's for something else. Cut me some slack.
Before we get started, somebody comment down below and tell me, how could you even do this to a 5-year-old, 6-year-old? What's wrong with people? Anyway, let's see what CJ's talking about. What got Chris ready to put them paws on the people. Y'all guess what y'all think it is in the comments down below before the video even get started.
Hey, no, deadass, stop talking about my son's teeth before we have a problem, because that's one person I don't play about. Y'all can talk about me all day long. Y'all can talk about me, bash me, do what y'all gotta do, but let me talk about my baby. Because, you know, it's any smoke behind him on my mama. You know, it's any smoke behind my son. Like, he's old enough to where he can read comments, and he have his phone when he's over my house, and he reads comments, and he don't like that, you know? And that can make, that can put him into depression. I try to calculate what he watches on social media and what he looks at and what he reads. I watch what he does. But if he's on TikTok and making a TikTok and somebody comment under there, you know, something negative, he looks at those things. He know how to read, you know, and all of that. So make sure, just be mindful of what y'all say about people. I don't play about none of my kids. You know, smoke behind any of my kids. And I'm not playing. I'm saying that the most nicest way.
Do not talk about my teeth no more, and I'm going to do this trick. Been practicing. So, don't talk about my teeth. That's annoying.
Y'all heard, bro. Y'all gotta chill. Anyway, let's get to this next story about the boy CJ So Cool. Hey girl Tata dropping some receipts. If you didn't see my last video, she did drop part of the receipts, but it's like she dropped the full receipts of CJ So Cool doing a little pillow talking. Tell me what y'all think back in the comments down below. I know y'all sick of it, but tell me what you think anyway.
Why should I care? I'm just confused. What made you call me anyways?
Let me see. We just stopped talking and I actually liked you. So now you're like baby royalty for real. I just can't get you out of my mind.
Baby royalty. All right. Anything yeah.
You're way better than that, honestly. She even said it today.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, where's Tata? She looks better than me anyway. I'm like, hey, hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
what's up?
I just wanted to hear your voice.